Small is Beautiful, Economics as If People Mattered is a notable work of political nonfiction penned by Ernst F. Schumacher in 1973, and it was published by Harper. At its core, this book champions the idea that economics should prioritize the well-being of people, rather than the other way around. Schumacher's thought-provoking perspective on politics and environmentalism has earned widespread acclaim. Prior to authoring Small is Beautiful, Schumacher enjoyed a distinguished career as a statistician and economist, serving as the chief economic advisor to the UK National Coal Board for over 2 decades. His enduring influence as an economist is widely acknowledged. The timing of Schumacher's book release was impeccable. In 1973, the world was witnessing the nascent stages of globalization and grappling with a global energy crisis. This presented an ideal moment to re-evaluate our understanding of economics and acknowledge the inefficiencies of our current practices. Schumacher passionately advocated for more practical and suitable technologies of smaller scale, challenging the dominance of conglomerates and an economy that served no one. Small is Beautiful is structured into 4 overarching sections: the modern world, resources, the third world, and organization and ownership. To grasp the book's message effectively, it's recommended to read these sections in chronological order. Schumacher guides us through a journey from critiquing our unsustainable economy to exploring alternatives to capitalism. He argues that, in the current trajectory, we are essentially undermining our own foundations. In the modern world, Schumacher questions our perception of nature and our role within it. He underscores how we often see ourselves as superior to nature, with the ambition to conquer and control it. However, he highlights the irony that if we succeed in conquering nature, it would lead to our own downfall. Schumacher doesn't delve into why we hold such views, but urges us to contemplate why we are moving in this perilous direction. He warns that continuing to exploit nature without restraint will deplete its resources, leaving us with nothing. Schumacher contends that our dominant belief is that universal prosperity is not only attainable, but also the only path to peace. However, this belief is paradoxical, as achieving modern-day prosperity often entails greed and unethical actions. He emphasizes that our economic theories are built upon such contradictions. Schumacher proposes the need for smaller-scale methods accessible to all, fostering a more harmonious coexistence with nature. In the section Resources, Schumacher examines the concept of education, a vital resource with varying significance depending on one's social class. He highlights how the poor often undervalue education, while the wealthy view it as a means of networking. He criticizes the limitations of education, which focuses on problem-solving and fails to impart wisdom or deep thinking. According to Schumacher, education should encourage independent thinking instead of applying pre-existing ideas and biases to situations. The Third World explores the misguided approach of addressing problems in developing countries. Schumacher argues that providing substantial aid and assistance with the assumption that our way is the only path to economic development is counterproductive. Instead, he advocates for supporting rural communities, which constitute the majority of the population in these nations. Schumacher illustrates how the push for urbanization exacerbates the problems, as it leads to mass migration to urban areas where there are insufficient job opportunities, causing further issues. The final section, Organization and Ownership, delves into the limitations of socialist theory and the urgent need to explore alternatives to capitalism. Schumacher attributes the problem to human nature, characterized by greed and envy, which drive relentless pursuit of materialistic growth. These desires are fundamentally at odds with our finite natural environment. Therefore, he urges the adoption of a new system that prioritizes environmental sustainability. Capitalism, in Schumacher's view, will eventually lead to our downfall. Schumacher advocates for a shift towards small-scale private enterprise and local self-sufficiency as a solution. By conducting business on a more manageable scale, employment can be enhanced, the economy sustained, and fewer demands placed on the environment. This approach, while not generating massive wealth, aligns with the core premise of the book. The existing economic model relies on large-scale enterprises where anonymous owners and leaders amass vast wealth at the expense of unfulfilled employees, a parasitical relationship that is unsustainable. Schumacher argues that socialism alone is not the answer, emphasizing the need to fundamentally reshape our relationship with nature and create a global economy that preserves, rather than depletes, our shared environment. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you did and be sure to subscribe. Thank you.